815.
And that gathering of David Bowie fans to mourn the loss of an incredible artist is at 6 o'clock tonight at the Grand Social, or outside and inside the Grand Social there at the Halfpenny Bridge in Dublin. Nuala Keegan, Nuala, good afternoon.
Hi Joe, how are you?
A sad day for you because you knew David a lot and you worked with him a lot.
I did. Yeah, I did. I toured with him in the 90s and I'm just absolutely shocked he's dead. I couldn't believe it when I heard it this morning.
And what was your role on the tour, Nuala?
I was part of the catering crew, and the catering crew cooked for the crew and all the band.
Yeah, of course.
So I helped them every day, and even on days off as well, because we used to all stay in hotels together, the band and the crew. He loved socialising. He loved mixing with everybody.
But there wasn't a pick on him, Nuala.
What?
Had he a big appetite?
Well, he ate a good meal every day before the show, and his loadout sandwich, we always had loadout sandwiches for everybody on the bus, travelling to the next gig and sleeping over that night on the bus, and his sandwich was always a cheese and ham sandwich. Every single night. And if he didn't eat dinner before the show, he'd always take something on the bus then with him, or back to the hotel, whichever it was.
And to deal with? What was he like to deal with?
He was extremely warm, friendly, down to earth, one of the guys. Lovely man. Could be a bit mischievous now and again, but generally he was just fantastic. Very easy to deal with. Nothing was a problem. No demands made from him at all. Really good guy.
And what do you mean mischievous?
Mischievous as in would just walk into the kitchen and start trying to play jokes or wind you up. Stirring pots, that type of thing, or just come in feeling giddy sometimes, or just come in and relax and sit down and have a chat.
Just an ordinary bloke?
Just an ordinary bloke.
Yeah, what an extraordinary gift.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, it was great because I used to watch nearly every night. I'd sit back and watch his show.
And BP had of as many memorable phrases today, and comments. BP said he had a trillion faces, but each one of them was genuine.
Yeah.
Each one of them was real.
Yeah.
He
was very, very, very creative. But the tour I did was the Sound and Vision tour, so that he was in the George Armani suits for show days time. Which,
by the way, is that image up that people are now saying up in Camden Road, the graffiti or the mural of David Bowie, "Once we were heroes." He's in the George Armani suit. Let me say there, Nuala, Stephen Harrington. Stephen, good afternoon.
How you doing, Joe? How's things?
When did you meet David Bowie?
Well, it was 97. He was spending some time in Dublin rehearsing, and in the evenings he was spending quite a lot of time in Drum and Bass Club. I think it was under the Clarence Hotel, and it turned out the way I managed to meet him was that he was having a private party or a gig in I think it was Windmill Lane, possibly the Factory. I'm not really sure which studio it was, but I got an opportunity 2 weeks before going on a J1 to provide drinks and refreshments to a private party for £70.
Did you get an autograph?
I certainly did, and effectively I spent the night looking after Bowie and his band and a small kind of group of friends, I guess, and A-listers. I remember Ian Dempsey being there, and Joe Elliott, and good Shamrock Rovers man, Buzz O'Neill, and a few others. So it was effectively this gig that he was doing after 2 weeks of rehearsal, or maybe a week of rehearsal.
Sounds wonderful.
First hour was drum and bass, and then 2.5 hours or so of his greatest hits. And when he was signing at the end of the night at about 3 a.m, I was still there, obviously, and cleaning up, and he was there with Gail Ann Dorsey, his bass player, and I got to chat to them briefly on the way out, and I asked him for an autograph, and he said absolutely, and he went to write for Stephen, and as he was writing it, he stopped and he looked up at me and he said, "Would you like a PH or V, Stephen?" Wow. And I said, "I'll have a PH, please, David, if you don't mind."
Okay.
And,
lovely vignette. Thanks, Stephen, with a PH.
Man.
And Nuala, back after this.
Talk to Joe on 1850 715 815.
Planning your next holiday? Choose France with Brittany Ferries and enjoy great savings. Book by February 9th and save 15% on both your accommodation and sailings from Cork. even during school holidays. From chalet camping at top sites in Western France to hand-picked cottages, apartments and hotels, the choice is yours. Visit brittanyferries.ie now. Terms and conditions apply.
How did you sleep last night? Did money problems keep you awake? You're not alone. Millions of people have sleepless nights worrying about their debts, and thousands of them every week contact Step Change Debt Charity for help. If you're struggling to pay your bills, there is a way you can deal with it today. For free and impartial debt advice, visit stepchangedebtcharity.ie or talk to us on free phone 1-800-937-435. You could sleep a lot easier tonight.
Liveline on RTE Radio 1 with Lloyd's Pharmacy. Our free blood pressure check will put your mind at rest.
Lloyd's Pharmacy. Now that's better.
Joe Duffy!
Talk to Joe on 1850 715 815.
Tony Green, a brief vignette of David Bowie in O'Connell Street in Dublin. What happened?
Okay, good afternoon, Joe. I was actually on my way to return to hospital with my wife. And my daughter was at the back of the car. She was only a young lassie at the time, around 10 or 11 years of age, 1999. And we were stopped at a traffic light and a white limousine pulled up beside us. And my daughter was giggling in the back of the car and she was making faces. And I looked across and there was David Bowie making faces back at her.
Great.
And he had his nose, he had his face up to the window of the limo.
Lovely.
And lovely smile on him. And I said to my wife, Jesus, that's David Bowie, I said, and
lovely image.
Thinking about it afterwards, I said, it's like, that's crazy, like one of the biggest rock stars, icons in the world, and there he is making faces at my daughter, just got to show you how down to earth the guy was,
Yeah. Thanks indeed, Tony Green. BP on the day that's in a programme produced by you, Armin, and Ray Darcy is next. But BP on the day that's in it, the last word to you on Liveline about David Bowie.
I would like to hand it to David Bowie himself. I will be king, and you will be queen. Though nothing will drive them away, we can beat them just for one day. We can be heroes just for one day. David, you were a hero for a fantastic amount of time. Thank you.